This preseason game was supposed to be meaningless, but after watching the film, I'm telling you, it told us everything we need to know about the Chargers' young core. And the biggest takeaway? Some guys are making a serious push for the 53-man roster, and others are slipping further than any of us expected. Let me ask you this. Do you think this team's depth is actually better than last year's? Because I came away from this game with a completely different view of this roster. So I'm going to get into all of it, the unexpected standouts, the legit concerns, and who's helping or hurting their stock going into the rest of the preseason. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. Let's start with the biggest surprise of the night, Myles Purchase. Now, if you don't know who that is, you're not alone. Undrafted free agent out of Iowa State, mostly played outside corner or slot in college. Not a lot of film at free safety. In fact, he barely had more than a dozen snaps there in college. But in this game, they lined him up at free safety, and he looked right at home. What really popped off the screen was his instincts. Even if he wasn't the one making the tackle, he was there. Every time. You saw the ball go underneath, he's immediately downhill. A run to the edge, he's already taken the right angle. If you're a coach watching this tape, you're thinking, okay, we can work with this. And then, of course, the interception. That play was nuts. Just completely ridiculous body control. You watch it again and again and still don't know how he came down with that ball. Special teams? He made a tackle there too. Look, I'm not saying he's pushing for a roster spot just yet, but this is exactly how you get on the practice squad and earn more looks. And if Tony Jefferson doesn't need a ton more preseason reps, give Purchase more time. Let him show what he's got. Now let's talk about the big man up front, Jamar Caldwell, defensive tackle out of Oregon. We've been waiting to see something from him, and we finally got it. 2 pressures, 2 run stops, and a whole lot of disruption. He wasn't playing against starters, obviously. This was mostly backup linemen, but that's the whole point. When you're a depth guy trying to make the team, you need to dominate against backups. And Caldwell did. What stood out to me? His hand usage and stack and shed technique. The guy's already showing off what the coaches teach in drills. Lock out, peek, disengage, get to the ball. He's doing it, and it looked smooth. And listen, people are starting to notice. Guys like Theo Ash and Benjamin Solak even mentioned him. Some people are tossing around Poona Ford comparisons. I'm not quite ready to go there, but I get it. You see the flashes. He still needs to improve his body. You can tell he's carrying some of that college weight, but guys, the upside is there. The question now is consistency. Can he stack performances? That's what these next 3 preseason games are about. Okay, now the tough one. We need to talk about Junior Colson. I've been one of his biggest supporters since the draft. I love the pick, love the fit. He knows this defense. He played under Jesse Minter. He's supposed to be a natural in this scheme. But man, he looked rough. There's no way around it. He's not seeing the field well right now. He's not triggering on plays, not reacting with confidence, and in several run fits, he flat out ran into his own defensive tackles instead of attacking the right gap. And it's not just the game. At practice, I watched Troy Dye fly around. Denzel Perryman looked sharp. Even the backup guys, Marlo Wax, Kana'i Maga, they're out there playing fast. Coulson? He just looked a step behind. Now, is it rust? Maybe. But remember, we haven't heard a single positive report about him in camp. Not one. And now his first real reps in a game look like this? This doesn't mean he's a bust, far from it, but it's clear he's not ready to contribute yet. If this continues, it could be a second straight redshirt year, and that's not what you want from a player drafted to be a core piece of your defense. Okay, now let's talk about the most discussed topic in LA right now, Zion Johnson at center. After reviewing the film more carefully, he actually surprised me in a good way. Yes, the snap issues were there, 2 of them, no way around that. But after that, he looked really good, like legit center potential good. In pass pro, he handled one-on-ones. He communicated well with Jarrett Patterson, passed off stunts, and there was one delayed blitz where he peeled off a block and picked up the free rusher. That's a fine awareness. That's the kind of thing you want to see. And in the run game, athleticism flashed. On one combo block, he detached and drove a linebacker back 3 yards. He had a nasty backside cutoff too. That's Zion. That's the guy we drafted. Now, the sample size was small, just 12 snaps. But if the Chargers are serious about trying him at center, he needs to get reps in the joint practices in preseason's games. Now, I am moving to 3 Harris. There were a lot of questions about him after this game. Why wasn't he targeted? Why didn't we see more? Here's the deal. He was open. He ran sharp routes. He created separation. The problem? Trey Lance just wasn't throwing to him. Most of Harris's routes were on the far boundary, throws to the opposite hash. That's a Herbert throw, not a Trey Lance throw. So it wasn't that Harris wasn't doing his job, the QB just didn't go there. And to be fair, Keandre Lambert-Smith was the primary read on both of his big plays. He earned those targets, but don't let that take away from what Harris is doing. His release package looks excellent. He's beating press. He's executing. The production will come. He's having a great camp, and if they play him in another preseason game or two, you'll see it on the stat sheet. Let's finish this part with one of my absolute favorite takeaways from this game, Nico Reed. This guy does not look like a UDFA, not at all. From the moment he stepped on the field, he was technically sound, instinctual, and physical. His interception was great. His pass breakups were clean. But more than that, he's always in the right spot. His positioning is excellent. He plays like someone who expects to get targeted every snap. He doesn't take reps off. He might not have the measurables this regime usually wants at corner. He's 5'9", not long, not built like Cam Hart or Tarheeb Still. But man, the tape doesn't lie. Can he make 53? Honestly, I think he can. The corner room is crowded, but if he keeps stacking days, he's going to force the issue. And if he doesn't, you stash him on the practice squad and call him up early. This kid can play. And a quick thought on Keenan Allen. No deal has been done yet. But I'd put the odds at 70% he signs, but after reviewing the situation, there are some concerns. Not because of Keenan. He's still elite at what he does. Still got the chemistry with Herbert, still a killer on third down. But the Greg Roman offense, that's a different beast. It's vertical. It's play action heavy. It's crossing routes and go balls and deep digs. That's not Keenan's world. He thrives on choice routes, quick separation, working the middle, not necessarily Roman's go-to concepts. If Roman's willing to adapt, this could work. But if you just plug Keenan into last year's playbook, that's not maximizing him. The upside is clear. Red zone, third down, leadership, mentor to Ladd, Trey, Lambert-Smith. But let's not pretend it's a seamless fit. They'll need to tailor things to get the most out of him. Let me know in the comments, who impressed you the most? And are you starting to worry about Junior Colson, or am I overreacting? I'll see you in the next one.